Welcome to the Willie Bragg Show, folks. This week we have friend of the Willie Bragg Show, GameDotFilm. How are you doing, my friend?
Hey Willie, thanks for having me on, man.
All
Glad
right.
glad to be here.
All right. I think that we know who you are, but go ahead and introduce yourself. For those who don't know you.
Yeah, I think I've got an angry cat here. This is Cookie right here.
Hi, Cookie.
She's hissing at her tail. But hey guys, I'm a anti-imperialist, anti-capitalist variety streamer. Stream games, I talk movies, do so little bit of news updates and stuff, but and some book readings too. But if you hate the 1% and like some games and movies, that's what I'm here for. So.
We're glad to have you on board. And how long you been live streaming?
Maybe like 6 years. I started. I was like, I'm gonna do games and movies. It's gonna be great. Maybe make some side money. But then I got pretty fed up with the. Um, I guess I had a political awakening, so I was like, I gotta stream about politics too, you know. So I'm trying to blend that in the past 5 years or so. But it's tough because that algorithm really tightens down on you, you know, as you know.
Oh yeah.
So. But just trying to have fun and have fun, stay informed. That's the gist.
Yeah, oh yeah. Yeah, I've been doing this for almost 6 years myself. February 17th will be 6 years for me. So, and I know what you mean by algorithms and all that. So it took me just to get up to 1,000. It was a steep hill to climb. So it happens. But but anyway, that's what we're here for. We're here to help each other in this community, and I'm grateful that we have a little camaraderie here, and we do help each other out, and that's what it's all about. And
That's what it's all about.
yeah. And the camaraderie is real, and we all know we're all in the same boat as far as the algorithm, restrictions are concerned. And we look at each other's channels and we're like, we look at each other's work, and we see some of these larger channels across the spectrum, and I'm like, it just kind of like, just kind of like there's something rotten in the state of Denmark, as the saying goes, and I smell a conspiracy theory. So sometimes conspiracy theories are it's not just bullshit. So
hmm
yeah, sometimes you think, well, I've always thought, with especially with YouTube and maybe all the social media, I've even thought years ago maybe people who live stream or social influencers, so to speak, that are restricted or shadow banned, maybe form some kind of a union or something to try to pressure these companies. I don't know what could be done, but it just sometimes just thoughts like this kind of um, just kind of float through my mind on what could be done.
It'll be tough, man. I mean, I feel like the CIA and surveillance states tied in with YouTube and Instagram, and um, I think you wanted to talk about Upscrolled, which is cool.
All right, let's talk about
But
upscale because I just signed on board a couple of days ago.
yeah, me too, me too. And a lot of leftists or comrades are getting some traction over there, so it looks like it's the algorithm is pretty free right now.
Yeah,
But
yeah, it's the pancake we've been waiting for.
dude, what
Seems
happened to that?
Yeah. I'm anti-capitalist, but I think that maybe what happened with Panquake is they don't have a wealthy backer, and
Ah,
unfortunately, I think that's part of it right there. I
that was
think
a
it's
lot of promise.
yeah,
And so many people on the right were talking trash, wanting it to fail. It seemed like a the people at the head they seemed pretty legitimate and earnest, honest. So I
yeah,
hope it gets off at some point.
yeah. Well, I think that right now, Upscroll, my understanding was started by a Palestinian Australian that's tired of censorship against pro-Palestinian voices and created this platform and
Hmm.
you know um, created a not just for the Palestinian cause, but for various other causes out there, and that was and it's providing a space for the left that's actually suppressed, and the political right, especially in the United States, could sit there like cry bullies all day long, act like they're the victims, but really it is the left that's been suppressed, especially now under this administration. It's being proven day after day that they're the ones being silenced.
Yeah, free speech is like their thing. Like that they
Mhm.
get a hundred things wrong, but then the one thing the right gets right sometimes is free speech, you know. But it's like they
Well,
don't
if
even.
they really meant it,
That's
yeah.
true.
Well, and again, I will make a clarification. I don't think this is not there's maybe some libertarian minded conservatives that they are sincere about support for free speech, but the average conservative out there, average right wing asshole out there, when they say, "Well, I support free speech," but they really meant, "I support right wing and conservative free speech." I don't know about free speech for the left wing people out there. That's really what they meant all along.
Right, man. Like AM, FM radio, YouTube, Twitter, like 95% is like just right wing. It's all controlled. Like they
Mhm.
have everything. They dominate the airwaves.
Yeah,
And yeah, they own
yeah.
all the news stations and stuff, you know?
Yeah, when Reagan did away with the fairness doctrine, and I'm not necessarily arguing for the return of the fairness doctrine because it's a different era. But when the fairness doctrine was done away with, and the 1996 legislation that took place, I cannot think of the name of that legislation that consolidated all the media corporations together.
Is that Bill Clinton? The
Yeah, under Bill Clinton, Federal
90
Communication,
telecommunications.
yeah, Act. I think between those two edicts from the U.S. government, I think that has done a lot to promote the right wing agenda in this country, and not just, I mean, social conservatism under Reagan, ending the fairness doctrine, but certainly a lot of the corporate agenda. The corporate agenda also under Reagan, but
Hmm.
really full steam under that I think it was a Telecommunications Act. I think that's what it was called.
That was Clinton. I don't know what Reagan did.
Yeah, Reagan ended the fairness doctrine.
Ah, ah.
Yeah, that gave us Rush Limbaugh and that vomited everything on talk radio, drowning out
Exactly.
progressive voices, everything. I mean, you had your Jim Hightowers out there that was an exception to the rules every now and then, but
Mm-hmm.
and it was like that until YouTube came along, and then when YouTube came along and the Young Turks. I mean, I laugh at them these days, but I mean, there was a
Oh, they're so bad nowadays, but yeah.
yeah, there was a time that they were refreshing. I mean, there was a time that people people used to think of the Young Turks at the way that maybe some people would think of the Gray Zone today. Believe it or not.
Yeah, they used to be super good, man. But then we
Yeah,
found Cenk was bought off and,
yeah,
you know, they defend Democrats and whatnot. So,
yeah. Although I will give Anna Kasparian a little bit of credit for apologizing to Aaron Matei for her accusations about the when she went and smeared him several years ago. I mean, good for her. I mean, I still have problems with her, but she did apologize. So, uh,
uh-huh.
yeah.
Yeah, Anna Kasparian is I don't know as worse her or Cenk, but definitely I do not watch Young Turks.
I quit. I definitely stopped in 2021. After Force the Vote, I kind of stopped. I was kind of, I was sort of giving up by 2019, 2020. I was kind of watching them less and less and less and less. And then after Force the Vote, when they were against Force the Vote, I was just like,
Oh my gosh. I'm
I
out.
just, yeah. Same thing with Sam Cedar. I was like, when they all turned against Force the Vote, Sam Cedar, Young Turks, all of them, David Packman, everything. I was just like, okay, you guys, you're not serious. You may want single pair, but the fact that you are against Force the Vote, uh, you're not serious people.
It's like the simplest test, man. They failed. They failed
Mm-hmm.
big time.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah. So I just like, you're not serious people. You're not really trying. And with the AOC, I was just like, okay, I went from rah 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 to kind of critical, and then when she voted against the railroad workers, I was just like, okay, fuck off, AOC.
Yeah, they struck that down.
Yeah,
Anti-worker for real.
and when you're voting to the left of Ted Cruz, and Ted Cruz, the only reason he was kind of quote unquote for the rail workers is because Biden was kind of against them. And that really what it was about. Yeah. So, but that's what happened there. Um,
hmm
so anyway, movie reviews. Tell me about the your movie reviews and what kind of movies you end up pretty much like what genre of movies.
I like Asian cinema a lot. Martial arts and this is Hero right here.
Mm-hmm.
Kung Fu Hustle's over there. That's more of an action comedy. But I like horror movies. I like low budget stuff. I don't watch the blockbusters too often, like Marvel and whatnot. Disney owns everything, so watch the classics, and I definitely like me some low budget cheese sometimes. So, but yeah, man, a little bit of everything. I don't do musicals though.
Let's see. As far as movies are concerns, I yeah, I will watch. I'll watch good classicals. I guess you could say, and some good independent films. And
Yeah, for sure.
yeah,
Support the indie
yeah,
films.
yeah.
Have you seen Runaway Train from
I have
1985?
I have not seen Runaway Train.
Oh, okay. Man, I thought we can talk about that one.
Yeah, but I'm willing to talk about it.
Yeah, John Voight's in it. Probably is he's gone off the deep end politically. He's real
Oh yeah.
kooky. Um, but prison escape movie and they board a train that's out of control. But like there's two guys and they have to bond together to get it under control and stop it, but they're also getting chased by the madman. What is it? The warden and the cops on their tail, you know. So really thrilling and just working class guys down on their luck kind of stuff, you know.
Hmm. From the let's see, from the 1980s, I like uh, I'm going to be 57 in a few weeks, so there's a lot of cliche 80s youth-oriented films that still I still like. So that's the era I grew up in. And you ever heard of a movie called The Class of 1984?
I watched the Class of 1999, which is like the spiritual sequel, but
Oh,
I have not seen that one. I want to watch it because
Roddy
some
McDowell's in it.
nice, nice.
Yeah, he's one of the teachers in the film, and Dick Van Patten's son, and I cannot think of his name. He's in the film. The only thing I don't like about Class of 1984, which came out in 1981, is how Hollywood sort of vilify the subculture in the film, because
Mm,
the villains in the film was a kind of a punk rock gang, and it's 1981. I get it, you know.
mm,
So you had this punk rock gang that was like kind of terrorizing this high school, Lincoln High School, and in some generic city in the U.S. They don't specify the city. The actual high school was somewhere in a Canadian province in real life, but
mm.
and I cannot think of the name of the actor that was the main character in the movie, but he befriended the Roddy McDowell character, who was the teacher,
Mm.
and Roddy McDowell lost his shit one day. He pulled out a gun and he taught the biology class at gunpoint. And my dad's a retired high school teacher, so my dad hate anything that deals with the classroom. But my dad had a smile on his face when he actually, and when I back in the '90s when he saw that movie, and he saw Roddy McDowell class. He was calmly with his gun while those kids were like, calm. Those kids were like behaved in the classroom with his gun teaching. So, but
Man, yeah, looks like Michael J. Fox is in it.
he's in the movie. That
I
is
just
correct.
Googled it. Yeah,
Yes. So yeah, it was like I think that was his I think one of his earliest roles in the film. I forgot he was in the movie. Yes, yes, he's in the movie too.
it looks like the director did that one in Class of 1999, and he did Commando with Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah.
Dude, I love Commando.
Yeah. So I end up watching movies like Breakfast Club, Pretty in Pink, and Some Kind of Wonderful, and some of those films from that time period, the 1980s. So, just as I said, it's just part of what I do, and I like British films. So, um,
That's cool.
British dramas, because I think they're second to. I think they just. I think the British produce like the best dramas to this day and best films around. And So I love British comedies, British television shows, and all that.
Yeah, Reagan. Oh, there's a YouTube channel I do watch, and they did a series on the some 80s films, and like there's like Chuck Norris, the Delta Force, and like really tons of propaganda films, Lethal Weapon, um, Platoon. Even though it was a pretty good war movie, but it wasn't like it didn't show like why the U.S. what were they really doing there, you know? But
Mhm.
yeah, Hollywood had some bombastic cop and pro-military films during that decade.
Do you remember when Charlie Wilson's War came out? I think about almost a decade ago, or a little over a decade ago, with Tom Hanks.
I saw a trailer and I didn't watch it, and then as I watched the trailer today, and I'm like, wow, this must be some more propaganda.
Well, I watched it, and I watched it, and I thought to myself how ridiculous this film was because um, I'm not a tanky, but I thought to myself, it was this policy that gave us 9/11. Uh, this policy gave us 9/11, propping up the rebels against the Soviet-backed government of Afghanistan, and it gave us the mess that we were in Afghanistan at the time. And I'm like, and we're doing a film about this in a way that was, you know, a positive toward, we contributed, we the American government, the American government, we made Osama bin Laden possible, we made Al Qaeda possible. The U.S. government is responsible. The U.S. government is responsible for the very worst adversaries that we have to deal with in this.
They funded some bad dudes,
Yeah,
and it was never about to defeat Russia or fight democracy or defend democracy. It was just to start a proxy war, you know. Um,
exactly.
give it's like a Ukraine today. They made a quagmire like another Iraq for Russia, you know, just spill money, cost lives,
Defend Nazis. Even though that
raise a
might not be their
battalion.
intentions, but that's what they're doing by default.
And that was 1980s, so think about like how long they've been doing this.
Hmm. So it's amazing what the U.S. Our government's done. This is why I tell people, I mean, we are definitely not a force for good around the world, or majority of the time we're not.
Absolutely not.
Yeah,
1,000 military bases, that's an empire, man. They're trying to um they're just trying to dominate, man. Um Bully and push anyone out of the way and
yeah,
kill.
yeah. I was listening to Jamar Jabari and Warren talk about, and they had a video clip from the interview, and about Maduro getting apprehended by the U.S. government, and as Venezuela says, "Ooh, this scary, scary, scary communist government." It's not even a communist
It's
state.
not even close.
It's basically, it's still basically a capitalist economy. I mean, and what they've done with the oil companies is no different for what Norway does with their oil. I mean, and yeah, it's just that Maduro is just a little bit more brave, maybe than maybe Norwegian prime ministers would be toward the U.S. About what. Yeah, that's really what it comes down to.
Yeah, all he
And
wants to do is sell the oil at his price. They have the number one oil reserves in the world, and he'll definitely sell everything to us, you know, but like on their terms for the people, like nationalize it. But Chevron and all the oil cartels, which are in bed with um, under the string of our politicians, you know,
yeah,
president. So he's like Maduro, you know, definitely not a communist, but just trying to do the most logical thing, like sell the oil for, you know, make profit for his people, but not like don't get like what's the word? Don't let U.S. dictate the prices, you know.
yeah. And what Maduro is, he's not a dictator. He won the election fairly.
He fairly won that. Yeah, there was a
Yeah,
study somewhere. I forgot
and
where.
and what's the ideology of Maduro? I mean, he's not a communist, but he's not a social democrat either. His party, the United Socialist Party, is a multi-tendency party. It has communists, it has social democrats, it has Trotskyists, it has it's a montage of various leftist ideologies. They have a multi-party system.
But
Um,
the U.S. wants far right.
yeah,
Everyone,
so
everyone, not even
and
center.
they have an opposition. A lot of people, a lot of people. opposed them. I mean, so
Juan
it
Guaido.
yeah. I mean, so I don't get it. You know, they're I mean they just like I'm not saying things are perfect under his government, but I'm not saying I don't see where that is so totalitarian. That's basically what I'm saying. And any problems,
Right, right. He might have problems, but like he's fighting imperialism, so
yeah. So I mean that's what it comes down to. And I would rather that the U.S. deal with Venezuela in a positive, proactive way than to buy oil from Saudi Arabia, which certainly is less democratic by comparison than Venezuela, even at its worst. Venezuela at their worst element under Chavez or Maduro.
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, but the United States, they just you know, I think the United States don't. I think the United States is. I think the United States sometimes they would go and if they could find a way to be cruel, they would choose that route.
Yeah, dude, you know the School of the Americas?
Oh yes.
It's called WINSEC, WINSCC. But like paramilitary death squads, torture squads, tens of thousands graduated to just go out and oppress the farmers and not just communists and leftists, but just anyone that's just not gonna, play ball. Just go
Mm.
out there and kill. And then like entire school, man, like the School of the Americas, there's some good documentaries on YouTube on that one.
Yeah, I remember going to some protests in 1999 against the School of Americas at that time, and I remember in 2003 boycotting Coca-Cola because down in Colombia, Coca-Cola were executing trade union activists trying to unionize the Coca-Cola.
Dude, I've been looking for a link to that. That popped in my head the other day. But if you have a good article, let me know.
Okay, I'll try to look it up. I remember when I was at a convention in Chicago, and we were when I was in the Socialist Party. They was talking about the Coca-Cola workers organizing, and they were getting executed in Colombia at the time. Union trade union activists and all of that. So
And that's something that's like proven. Imagine like what's like buried.
yeah,
Like they're doing that every day, man.
yeah,
I
and the
bet they
U.S.
are.
Yeah, U.S. government, yeah, and and I got into an argument one day with somebody, um, and I cannot think of the name of the current president of El Salvador, but Butki,
Bukele or something?
something like that, talking about they like the prisons that they set up, the penal system that they set up in El Salvador. That's in cooperation with the Trump administration, and he how he likes that guy and everything. And I'm like, oh,
Yeah,
fuck.
those photos were that prison's huge, man. It's sad as hell.
I said no. I said we need more people like Claudia Scheinbaum. That's what we need. She's attacked corruption and everything. And then he went after me about that and said she's in league with the cartel and she's anti-Semitic. I'm like,
Uh,
she's Jewish and she's not in league with the cartel.
she's pro-Palestine.
Yeah, I mean she's Jewish, but she's pro-Palestinian. you know, so
Anti-Zionist, it's not
yeah,
anti-Semitic.
exactly. So,
God.
but no, I wish we had more people like Claudia Scheinbaum. I would and she's creating a standard of living that they have. There's a rising standard of living in Mexico. I mean, there's a rising middle class, and they're producing. I cannot think of the name of the electric car, but they're producing an electric car that I'm hoping is going to cause Elon Musk some discomfort.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah,
I knew she's doing some good things, but
yeah. So, and the only thing is that with the Americans moving down there, Americans are causing some inflation in Mexico, and Shanda was mentioning that on her show, Trailer Park Pundit, and to the point where the Mexicans are like, these Americans. Yeah.
man,
Mm. So Mexico is not. I mean, Mexico is not. Mexico is basically becoming kind of a. The way Mexico's headed, Mexico is going to become essentially. It looks like it might become almost like the Norway or Sweden of Latin America from what is in the Western Hemisphere at this point, because they're doing a lot. I mean, they have initiated a lot of left wing policies. It's reformist. I get it, but it is,
it's
you
a
know,
start.
it's a start. They got universal health care, and and they it's not exactly nationalizing, but the governments have kind of a partnership with some industries and things of that nature. There's they have actually kind of eliminated a lot of corruptions, and just they've actually and she's popular with the people, and
Yeah, she seems popular for sure.
yeah, it's kind of reminiscent to me in the American tradition, municipally of. I don't know how familiar you are with Wisconsin. In the municipal tradition in Milwaukee, what they call sewer
Can.
socialism. It sort of has that the Frank Zeisler tradition where he kind of reformed the local governments, and whereas I just sort of have that kind of sort of think of it along those lines where
Hmm.
Milwaukee was like really in the late 1800s. You could see Milwaukee was just kind of like just in horrible conditions, and you could see what socialism did to the city of Milwaukee. Socialism kind of modernized the city um, over the decades. It looks like some of the
Oh,
socialistic reforms, it's actually picking up Mexico and modernizing the country.
interesting.
Yeah, I'm making that
Okay.
comparison. Yeah,
Local government in Wisconsin.
yeah, yeah. So I'm making
Yeah, I
that.
wish I had that here, but not quite.
Yeah. So, well, you're from Texas. I made a joke to a coworker years ago who's from Texas about about an NDP government that got elected in Alberta, um, and how unusual that was, because Alberta in Canada politically sort of like Texas in the United States, and how that made a lot of news. The New Democratic Party of Canada is the kind of like their left wing party over there, and I said that would be like if the Green Party took over the gubernatorialship of Texas and the Texas legislature. Something I don't think anybody could imagine that happening, but you know,
Right.
yeah.
Things
So
are pretty messed up down here.
yeah, of course, you live in the Austin area, so things are a little more progressive in your town, though.
Yeah, there's not much in Texas as far as center left,
Mm.
but this is one of the very few, I would think, Austin. But yeah, I mean, maybe in 2016, like Bernie Sanders and Elizabeth Warren were people turned out to vote for them, so that counts for something.
Yeah, I live in just outside of Raleigh. Where I live in Johnson County is definitely Trump country. I live in deep, deep red Johnson County, next door to Wake County, which is standard Democrat, but Orange County, where Chapel Hill is located,
Yeah.
and 2016, 2020, easily that went to Bernie Sanders. Um,
Hmm.
New Brunswick County, where Wilmington's located, that easily went to Bernie Sanders. I don't know, name the county where Asheville is located in the west. That's kind of like your Boulder, Colorado. Is kind of like your, where kind of like your Berkeley, California, kind of like Austin, Texas, Asheville. That easily went to Bernie Sanders, but that was about as much as it goes in North
Hmm.
Carolina. Those areas, the rest of it, as far as doing well for everything else in the primaries went for the mainstream Democrats. You know, Hillary and Biden, but those areas did go well for Bernie.
Interesting. I thought I still think of Carolinas as the South to me, although they are like east north-ish.
Yeah. Oh no, I meant that was the primaries. It's a purple state ideologically.
Gotcha, gotcha. How
It
was
is
the weather there? Did you get a
um very mild. The summers are humid, the winters are mild. Although this winter you would not think it would be with the snow. And the weather's been extra. Like for example, it's 37 degrees
did you get
outside.
a snow blast? I
Oh,
did.
we did. We got slammed with two snowstorms here, and we're about to. And they are forecasting some more snow tomorrow night.
Like the government takes care of y'all, kind of like the
Well,
roads and stuff.
they don't know how to do it, and it's not their fault. Here, we don't get that much snow. We don't. So they try. They will try to salt the roads and all of that. They will. They try to.
Gotcha. No power outages or pipe snapping,
Not
because
that
we're
bad.
not prepared for that here.
We had an ice storm in 2002, which did we had a power outage in the Wake County area, but that was super rare situation. But it wasn't, we're not that
Gotcha.
bad in that regard. You know, yeah. Nothing like what y'all got in Texas. What was it, 2021 or 2020, 2021? Y'all
Yeah,
had
4 or 5 years ago we got a snowstorm. This year was ice, so we had to shut down a day or two. But yeah, 4 years ago it was like straight up snow and big power outages, man. Electric companies just said, "Fuck y'all,"
yeah,
and
yeah,
shut
y'all
down
were
tens of thousands of homes.
dire straits for quite a while.
Yeah, it was. I'm not used to seeing it, so it was kind of fun to go out there and walk around, get a piece of cardboard and go down a hill. That
Hmm.
was fun with the snow.
Oh,
But
literally here, he's from North Carolina. He says Wilmington is the new Hanover, and Asheville is Buncombe. It's New Hanover. Yeah, yeah, that's right. Okay, New Hanover. That's right. It's New Hanover. I said New Brunswick County. So I stand corrected. Okay. And Commissary Kate says, I'm from Milwaukee. We had a socialist politicians during my lifetimes. Almost on all our wars were socialists. And I met, Commissary Katie, I met Frank Zeidler, by the way. Just wanted to let her know.
awesome.
Yeah. So,
Hopefully they're doing well.
yeah.
They
Yeah.
might get taken out nowadays.
Yeah. So, um, let's see. Um, you know, here in North Carolina, we've had some Green Party people elected in the Orange County area, where Chapel Hill, Carrboro is located. We had an alderman elected in Carrboro, and in Chapel Hill in the 1980s, we had some Democrats in the city council that were DSA members.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that's about as much as it went in North Carolina. But the Democrats here relatively centrist, you know, and a lot of conservative Democrats, unfortunately.
Oh, I believe it. I
Yeah,
would definitely believe it.
yeah. But according to the Republicans, they're all a bunch of far leftists. Yeah,
So oppressed. They're
yeah.
getting outnumbered, but it's like, no, dude.
No, no. it's just amazing when I hear people talk about how the Democrats are so far left. The most far left that they have ever been, and I'm like, y'all don't know what you're talking about because, and the media are the furthest left they ever been. I'm like, y'all don't know what you're talking about.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, corporate news is not how my brain hurts. Definitely
Yeah,
stop doing that.
my brain hurts like CNN or what have you. I
Sometimes
know.
you have to watch just to like get the polls, you know. All right, well, how much bullshit are they spewing today? And that's what I'm not going to believe in for that day.
When somebody assumes that you get your news from CNN, it just something about it just kind of just it just like you really think I get my news from CNN?
Dude, I've got family members that do that, and it makes me so depressed. Like, I
Or
just want
people,
to like hold them and like tell them like, don't you know they think we are 5 years old, whatever they're talking about.
or there was
They think we're so stupid.
or somebody you tell people you voted for Jill Stein or you voted for Ralph Nader in the past or voted for this socialist candidate that's running for this office who
You
opposes
voted for Trump. You voted for Trump. Like,
well, for the liberals that will accuse you of voting for Trump, but if a Republican's criticizing you, you tell them these things. You're just a Democrat.
oh my God.
Yeah, they just think you're a Democrat.
There's like what is it, like 40% is independent in the US, like or somewhere around there. That's like 2/5 of the country, man.
Yeah, but the problem with the independent voters, they may be independent, but when they go to a lot of them, when they go to the voting booth, they still vote for the duopoly as
Like,
independents.
oh no, behind closed doors.
Yeah, and I don't vote for. I used to do the part time. I'll be like, if there were no choices, I used to be like, if it was just a Republican and a Democrat, I'd be like, I'll just go and vote for the Democratic candidate and run to the nearest toilet afterwards or something like that. I used to do that, but I would try to vote as far left as possible. That was my thing. But now I just leave it blank. I would just I would just keep it blank. I will not be. I would just not be presented with having to settle for less. You know. Just
I think I wrote in what is it, the Socialist Party, the last election. Karina and gosh, what's her name? It was like the only socialist party out
Villa
there.
Cruz.
Bella Cruz, yeah, that's that one.
Oh, PSL. That's social.
PSL, I think, yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, this is a spite vote. Like, it's not gonna really matter too much. And Green Party, maybe I would have tried, um, but there was like a lot of Russia Gate stuff and Russia phobia from 4 years before that. So I just went socialist PSL.
Yeah, the last time I voted for a Democrat for president, I voted for Bill Clinton in 1992, and I forever am disgusted that I did that. I should have voted for third party
I
back
mean, I
then.
can see that. I can see like 92, he had a different vibe to him. But when he did the crime bill in 94 and then Yugoslavia in 99, it's like,
Yeah.
oh shoot, he's not what he said he was.
Well, I mean, when it was his first 2 years, I was like, where's the change? Why is the 12 preceding years of Reagan and Bush? I wasn't expecting sweeping changes, but why is there not any fundamental changes taking place? I mean, just like you got a Democratic House, you got a Democratic Senate. You can do some things. Where's the labor law reform? Where's what needs to be done? Because even under Carter, there would have been there would have been something that was noticeable, even though Carter was not the greatest. There
Right,
was
right. Carter threw people a bone once or twice, but like crumbs.
yeah, there
But
was no crumbs to be thrown. I mean,
Clinton quietly just did everything like Bush was doing, and
yeah,
just kept a big smile, played the saxophone.
yeah, and so yeah, he just he just he was just more. That's the difference between the two parties. The Republicans, they do it with a sour face, and they do it being an asshole.
They
Makes
tell
you
you
mad.
up front, they're like, "I hate you, but this is what we're gonna do." Democrats smile and say, "We're not them, but like I got you."
Yeah, they're smiling, and they're like, and they apologize. This is how they're going to screw you over. I mean,
It
and
hurts, man.
yeah,
Like I'm 38 now, and it took me like when I was 18, it was always blue red, and I was team blue for like 10, 15 years. But then when I hit my 30s, I'm like, oh my God, this is so heartbreaking. They both are terrible.
they are terrible, and I just can't understand why people. Well, I don't understand. There are people that could go left that they're not right, but they end up going right because they can't think beyond red and blue. And
I know, man.
and they're not really right, but they can't. So they go with, well, I'm just a grown up, and it's just not realistic to go and vote third party. You know, um, and it just offends them the idea of voting third party. And just like, come on, you can do it. You can do it. You can vote for that. When you vote third party, you're kind of voting for what you want in a lot of times.
They're
You
the best
do,
candidate compared to those two.
yeah. And if you're right leaning, you know, and basically, if you do like the quote unquote less government, and you're not hating gay people, and you do believe people have a right to smoke some weed and all of that, and you don't like the evangelicals telling you what to do, hey, you can vote for the libertarians over there. You don't have to settle for those MAGA creeps. Yeah,
Exactly, man. I
yeah,
was talking to Warren, and him and I are like, dude, we had a conversation with a Trumper, and we changed his mind. If you just talk to working class people, it
yeah.
really, I mean, like friends and family, just, oh, you voted for Trump? Nope, not talking to you. Blah 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 blah. Like, just their brain shuts down. It sucks, man.
But there's just some people you just can't talk to. I mean, there's some people that they're just beyond. You know, I have somebody who blocked me because I would not. I didn't celebrate that Charlie Kirk was, you know, you
Me
know,
neither. Me neither. But it like
unalive. But I
you and
wouldn't.
I both were just like, that's what he asked for. Like pro-Israel war, kids getting sniped, and he got sniped. It's
But
like
I wouldn't
dude,
sit there and suck.
we don't give a shit. Like people have been dying. Like I'm sorry, we
But
don't care.
I wasn't going to go and suck him off. I told him, I said, I think he was a fucking asshole. I thought that Charlie Kirk was a piece of shit. No, I don't want him unalive.
Right, right. He can speak. Like
Yeah. I mean, but apparently that, saying that I don't think he should be unalive and thinking that was a tragedy, that's not enough. I'm supposed to actually praise the guy, and say he was so wonderful. No, he wasn't. No, he
he
wasn't.
wasn't.
Yeah.
And Fox News and the YouTube right or social media right, they pump
Yeah.
out that information. Oh, they wanted him dead. They're cheering this, but no, we're not.
No, but
If you have a brain.
yeah, it'd be the other way around. Let somebody on the left, let Norman Finkelstein die or someone like that. Oh, they don't know who he is. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm trying to think of somebody. Let AOC. It could be she could have an accident. She could have a car accident or something. I can guarantee you that they would be glad that happened to her.
right. Or assassinated in the wrongest way possible, but they will be silent.
Yeah, not that I'm saying AOC is a leftist or anything in the
Oh
way that
God,
we
no.
not
I
no
got you.
not the way that we think that she is, but what I'm saying is that that's how they would celebrate.
Yeah, man. Total what's the word? Picking sides, just playing blue versus red.
Yeah,
They'll call out their team, the other team, but not their team.
yeah. So when Ilhan Omar, when that guy went and sprayed whatever he sprayed at her the other day, Trump
Mm-hmm.
claimed that was a false flag. It may have been, may not have been, but you know what? The assassination attempt against him last year, almost 2 years ago. Oh God, how time flies.
Oh gosh, that seemed
That
like
was
yesterday.
that was fake. I didn't think it was fake at first, but I do now.
That was a photo op, dude. Like, how do you have enough time to just go like this and like his ear's fine the next day? Like, oh my God.
Yeah, and because if it was for real, he would he Trump is a pussy and he's a whiner. If that was for real, he'd be bitching and whining. You ain't trying to kill me. You ain't trying to kill me. He'd be doing that. The fact that he doesn't do that tells me that he's
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
You ruined my suit.
yeah. So I mean, I think that was rehearsed. I mean, the fact that person was out there nonchalantly, where the security detail could see him out there, tells me that they were out. It was staged. If it wasn't staged, they're like the biggest incompetence ever.
Right, and they don't miss, dude. If they're gonna shoot somebody, they're not gonna miss. If he's a threat to the establishment, like
Yeah. So, and then that photo op and everything.
I
I
know,
was
man.
like, okay, he's going to win the election, and this is too damn perfect, and Biden was still the nominee at the time, and I was like, his his brain is applesauce. I'm like, okay, he's going to win this thing easily.
I know, man. Such an easy. They make it a layup every time.
Yeah, and I saw the Tim Black show. I decided to watch his take on it, and I mean, I don't watch the show like I used to, but I did watch it. And just about everything except for the fact that Kamala, actually, he kind of predicted that Kamala Harris was going to be the nominee. He says she might as well step in and take the L. He did say that. So in a way, everything he predicted came through. That The only thing he didn't say was it was a setup.
Mm, mm, mm.
Yeah, that's the only thing. Because I mean, that was just out of the blue when it happened.
Gotcha, gotcha.
Yeah. So, but anyway, question for you. So, uh, any plans as far as not plans, but any hopefuls in 2028 as far as someone running for president? Not that I believe in the electoral system. I kind of have lost hope in the electoral process.
Um, a janitor from the local high school. I think they would do 10 times better. Or a teacher. A teacher from a high school.
Okay.
Just kidding. But no, I haven't looked forward that far, man. But I'm sure like you and I can run this country way better.
Oh, sure, sure. Um, I'm looking at I mean, she forwarded a tweet about a year ago.
Hmm.
I am I like the idea, honestly, of Brianna Joy Gray running. I think she's got the right policies and everything. And my dream ticket
Oh yeah.
is Brianna Joy Gray in the Green Party and Max Blumenthal as the VP. I know it's not going to happen, but
That would be pretty good. That's a
but that's
great
what
choice.
that's a dream ticket. Brianna Joy Gray, Max Blumenthal.
Yeah, I watched the movie review of One Battle After Another, and it acts like it's trying to be like pro-black, but it's like so anti-black, and she had some like leftists on her channel, some black leftists, and She tore that movie apart with the people that were invited. So I was really inspired. Like, dang, she knows how to speak, and she is the real deal. So that would be nice.
Hmm. So
I can do Warren and Willie 2028.
there you go. Yeah, I might run for it when I retire. I might run, if the Green Party's still on the ballot. I may run for an office here in if I'm living in North Carolina. I might try to run for an office. So. Um,
Nice.
Yeah, possibly. Or if the ballot access laws are a little more relaxed, probably one of the best things happened in North Carolina in the last few years is they did relax the ballot access laws here. 2018, I think it was the Supreme Court in North Carolina. It was one of the most restrictive in the country, and they ordered the legislature to make it more. I think it's like 14,000 now. It used to be like something like 80,000 signatures in North Carolina to get your party on the ballot.
Mm-mm.
And they were like, now it's down to 14,000, which still a little high, but it's considering what it used to be. But the Green Party can get on the ballot now easier than they used to be. So I would like to,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, good luck, man.
Yeah, it's
Do it.
not like
Do it.
Vermont. Vermont is the only state where you just have to go to the Board of Elections and say, I want to get the Mickey Mouse Party on the ballot. And by golly, the Mickey Mouse Party will be on the ballot that following election. I mean, and I think it should be like that in every state, or at least, maybe something realistic like 1,000 in every state. I mean, that would be more than reasonable, you know?
Yeah, I think so, man. If you can get on the ballot, that would be quite the accomplishment,
Yeah.
I
So.
think.
Somebody was telling me about ranked choice voting. Why is so bad to have it? I had one person telling me that some conservative was telling me that ranked choice voting is bad because it'll keep the Democrats in the system. I'm like, you don't like
Mm.
ranked choice voting because you don't because the Democrats will be in the system still. It also will mean that the Republicans will still be in the system. You just don't like it because you don't like the Democrats. You just want to bash the Democrats. Um, Here's the thing: it will open the door for third parties. I'm definitely for ranked choice voting.
I'm down for that as well. Give everybody a fair chance.
But I would rather. I mean, right now, before you can walk, I mean, you have to crawl. So I don't have a problem with term limits. I don't have a problem with political fusion, where even a third party and multiple third parties can support the same candidate, or even if there's you know, let's say if AOC was what she was cracked up to be, the working party's candidate, a working families party backing AOC in New York like they normally do. You could do that in other parts of the country. I'll be okay with that too. Um,
Yeah, if she was up for it.
yeah. I'm okay with that approach in all 50 states, but until ranked choice voting is achieved nationally. But I think that I'm a big proponent of it, and it's confusing. And people are not going to understand the system, and I think it will make people more engaged with it because you're gonna have some surprising outcomes. But I think you have to have election days as a national day, pay day off. Have a paid holiday for everyone when they go out and vote.
Right? Like other countries get like the whole weekend or like 5 days straight just to
Yeah.
vote.
And I think that if you vote, uh, not who you vote for, but the fact that you vote and it's in a registered bank data bank that you voted, I think you should get. I mean, paid for voting. You know. My alarm went off. Hold on a second.
Okay, I thought that was me.
It's not Sorry about that.
It's all good. I probably have to head out soon.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So do I. I have to grab a bite to eat in a moment. Yeah, I went to earlier today I went to Texas Roadhouse Steakhouse to eat lunch and found
You
out it
know,
was
if you're in a rush or in a hurry, that's not too bad.
yeah. Well, I'm just saying I went to eat out earlier today, and that and they opened at 4 o'clock. I was there at
That's
11.
in your part of town, Texas Roadhouse?
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Damn, they're branching out.
yeah. It's
I
actually
didn't
it's
know
actually
they're out there.
I like eating there. So, so I
Nice.
yeah. So um, is it popular in down in Texas?
It's a big chain, so um, in a pinch, if you need a steak, it's not bad.
No.
It just has that corporate feel.
Oh well,
And
I
it's
have a problem with corporate field, but it's for the price. It's actually pretty good.
yeah, for price and the
Yeah,
day we live in, it's not
yeah,
bad.
yeah. So any thoughts before we I will have to have you back on the show here.
Oh yeah, man. Well, I do some book readings. I just read Our Prison's Obsolete by Angela Davis on my channel. I'm currently reading Sandinistas Speak about U.S. imperialism in Nicaragua. It's got interviews from the revolutionaries, so really cool stuff. And also reading 50 Key Video Games, some video game history. So book readings and definitely streaming some video games and reviewing movies and a little bit of news too. So,
Almost
yep,
met Angela Davis. Almost met Angela Davis. Didn't quite meet her, but that was back in 1999.
man, yeah, I think she fled to Cuba.
Oh, I didn't know. Is she living there? You saying?
I think she passed away in Cuba. No, who am I thinking of?
Did she pass
Angela
away?
Davis. Didn't she? Or a Black Panther passed away recently. My bad. Maybe I'm missing out. Or no, it was Asada Shakur, right? My bad.
Okay, no. Oh yeah, yeah. That would have. Yeah,
Oh
I
yeah, it
know.
was Asada Shakur. My bad. I think Angela Davis is still alive.
No.
My
Yeah,
bad.
that would have been a shocker because it's bad enough that Michael Parenti died a few days ago.
Oh man, that's my
Yeah,
hero.
yeah.
That's how I got kind of revolutionized.
I saw him do a speech on Yugoslavia, and I was just the Tito government and everything, and that was
Dude, that's like what Gaza is today. That's what they did in '99. Like I'm not
yeah,
trying to compare what's worse and what's better, but it's like that was the all-out 90 days destruction, and
yeah.
Bernie Sanders voted for that.
Yeah, I get a little irritated with Bernie at times. Just uh, I get a little irritated with him. He done a lot of good, but sometimes he can disappoint. So
Totally, man.
yeah. So anyway, if you have to go, I can let you go. I'll talk to everyone here on the chat line, and then I'll have to go myself because I'm kind of hungry. I have to grab myself a bite to eat too.
Well, thanks for having me on, man.
All right. All
Let's
right.
do it again.
All right, everyone. This is Game.Film, and I'll catch you later.
Take care, guys. This is Cookie. Bye,
Uh,
Cookie. Ah.
bye bye, Cookie. I'll talk to everyone here on the chat line.
Bye, guys.
All right. All right, that was Game.Film, everyone. And I'll talk to you guys here on the chat line, and then I'm head on out and grab me a bite to eat. So, Miguel, how are you doing today? And we have, well, he just left, but Game.Film. Warren, how are you? We have Kamishwari Kate. Great seeing you here. We have Chuck UFO Show. All right. And my phone is, I hit the dismiss button. Give me a moment. There we go. Sorry about that. All right. Okay. All right, we have Max Sarjay who made it here. I like my humans dehydrated in response to reminder humans hydration is important. That's very correct. Let's see. All right. It was the Telecommunications Act and repealing Glass-Steagall. I forgot to mention Glass-Steagall with our good pal Bill Clinton. Yes, absolutely. Side note, Savvy Sav is finished. The audience goes to the Zoom show. Okay, hey CBC voter. Daniel Berry Sports Highlights says happy Tuesday to everyone. Yeah, F. Bill Clinton. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Uh, now it's not the time. Is not something I want to hear ever again, and it's all I ever hear uh, from the supposed progressives. Okay, all right, all right. Let's see what we got here. And Lurley, how are you doing today? Yeah, as I said, Commissary K. I met Frank Zeidler when I was in Chicago in 2003. Yeah, he passed away. I When did he pass away? I think it was in 2012. He passed away, or no, maybe 2006. He passed away. I think it was 2006. If he passed away in 2012, he'd have been 100 years old. He didn't quite make it to 100. Let's see. Yeah, Milwaukee socialist thing was OG in the past, but I was able to enjoy the times. Now I'll tell you, Commissary K, I have a story about Milwaukee socialism. In 2020, when Ron Howard was when he endorsed Biden. Biden's not a socialist, but Scott Baio, I think that's his name, the one that played Chachi on Happy Days, was getting on Ron Howard's case about endorsing Biden and said, there you are, endorsing Biden, who's a socialist, and something about the wholesome nature of Happy Days, and as if one, Biden is not a socialist, and making a comment about Happy Days taking place in Milwaukee, not knowing that the mayor of Milwaukee at the time was a socialist. Of course, Scott Baio would not ever have known that, and you know, I just thought that was interesting that he would just make a comment like that. Nobody, I think I was the only person that ever called him out on that. So I don't know why nobody ever called him out on that. So, let's see here. Warren says Trump would have pulled a Martin Sheen in the dead zone and hid behind the child if it was real. Yeah, because Trump is a coward. Let's see. Okay. All right. Let's see what we have here. Oh, I ate at the Roadhouse where the bouncers rip your throat out. Double douche. Angela is alive and 82 years young. Yes. Um, as I said, I almost met her in 1999. She was supposed to be in Raleigh, but she was in Vermont, and for some reason she couldn't make it to Raleigh. I was at the Committees of Correspondence convention. I was a guest there, and she was supposed to be there, but she couldn't make it. So, all right, see. And thanks for the great show. So, all right, and we have here, yeah. Thanks for watching, fam. And I agree. Thanks everybody for watching the show. So, I will say thank you, everyone. If you like what you heard, please press like and comment. Comment any ways you disagree with what I have to say. Feel free to share the content on this channel. As a First Amendment absolutist, it's my duty to inform you to create your own platform and utilize it because we're the muckrakers of our time. Um, and subscribe to the Willie Bragg Show. Please do so. And remember to reject corporate media. Also keep in mind that we are all in this together. So, you know, so let's go and do our part to free Maduro, free Palestine, free healthcare for all, keep our First Amendment free, and until next time, fuck ICE. Y'all take care. Talk to you all later. I am going to go and stuff my face because I'm starving. Bye bye.